All right, welcome to these YouTube lessons, and I'll be giving a quick analysis of for the UTME students for those writing their exams on Saturday and Monday. So it was gathered that on Friday morning, Jamb repeated some questions um, they asked on Thursday, and we observed to manage some of the questions were past questions, others were derived from past questions, some were fresh questions. Nice exam conducted by the UTME body so far, or the Jamb body so far, and the UTME examination has been so very coordinated, if I use the word. So I'll be diving into some key questions that they can possibly ask, and they have asked in this exam so far. So you not be caught unaware, unaware. They are they're very easy questions, and they'll be repeating some. And these questions I am about to explain we gathered from some of my students. I asked most of my students that wrote the exam and they were able to give me some of their questions. So they are helping those people writing in the future. And they'll be helping those people writing on helping those people writing on Saturday and Monday. So quickly, now they asked the question very, very fast. They asked the question very, very fast. They said the theory of inheritance of acquired traits. I'll start with biology, start with bio breakdown. So this video is going to be very long. Please keep posted. Those people writing on Monday and Saturday, please keep posted. I've already said jam topics in biology. They're asking evolution, ecology, adaptation. In case you're writing on Monday, adaptation. Genetics, ecology of population. They're going there. Sense organs, circulatory system. They've asked respiratory system. Like usually, the following is respiratory organ for annelids, nephridian. For example of annelids, earthworm. So please take note of this. Now, I'll start with this very first question they asked on Friday, and they said Friday 25th. They said the theory of inheritance of acquired trait was postulated by the answer is Lamar. Lamar proposed three theory of evolution, theory of use, theory of needs, theory of inheritance of acquired trait. And we said the theory of inheritance of acquired trait is a fallacy. Is a fallacy. Then we give us the theory of natural selection. Then give the theory of natural selection. Moving to the next question in biology, they say the toxic waste of earthworm is removed by. So what is the excretory organ of a which I just said, pardon me, I said respiratory earlier, the excretory. The excretory organ of an earthworm, which is the toxic waste of earthworm. The toxic waste of earthworm, toxic waste of earthworm is removed by, so the toxic waste of earthworm is removed by a nephridia. A nephridia. So the toxic waste of earthworm is removed by a nephridia or a nephridium. So please take note. Take note of that. Flame cells remove the toxic wick of the excretory product of flat cells. So moving on to the next, Jam gave them this diagram. Okay, Jam gave them this diagram. I'm going to quickly explain and possibly explain other possible questions. Jam gave this diagram. I'm going to look over 40 questions. Jam gave this diagram. Jam said, okay, I'll just be very fast. They placed a network of capillaries, and they said, and they gave this. They gave this. Give this something like this. They said this structure is found in. I'll quickly explain more. Structure is found in. Please take note. This is a nephron. It's found in the kidney. So the kidney is there. They put kidney eyes. And please take note. This is the distal tubule. The distal tubule. This is the proximal tubule. That is the proximal tubule. Distal tubule. That's the proximal tubule. This is the lobe of Henle. The lobe of Henle. The lobe of Henle is for reabsorption of water. Reabsorption of water, and the lobe of Henle is found in the medulla. It's found in the medulla, while the distal tubule is found in the cortex. So this upper part is the cortex. This body is called the Malpighian body. This is the Bowman capsule for ultrafiltration. Bowman capsule for ultrafiltration. Okay. These are the so this network of capillaries in the Bowman capsule is called the glomerulus. glomerulus. So the glomerulus is the part of the glomerular capsule that carries out ultrafiltration. The glomerular capsule is wide, it's like a complex shape. So that's it. That's that for that. This for the nephron. That's the nephron found in the kidney. That's the nephron. Okay. So moving on to the next, very fast. They say web tools. Please take note. Web tools are for always for swimming. Once you hear web tools of frog, a toad, always basically for swimming, for swimming. Just take note. They ask another question. The leaves of ferns are technically called fronds. Please take note. The leaves of ferns are like fronds. They are called fronds. They're called fronds. The leaves of ferns are called fronds. Example of ferns are pteridophytes. They are non. They are vascular plants. They are called trachyphytes, but they are seedless. So, so they said periodic shedding of the exoskeleton of insects. I've always said this. When organisms such as arthropods shed their exoskeleton, when they pull off their exoskeleton, and in order to just increase size or grow, is known as ediasis or molting. Ediasis or molting. Ediasis or molting. It happens in arthropods. Um, okay, okay, I get. Okay, let me just finish with the biology. The biology. Okay, they say which of these is an example of discontinuous variation? A, he said discontinuous variation. You can get that option very well. A, they said height of a plant, height is continuous. They say color of the eye. Is that color of the eye or color of the ear? Says color of the eye, size of leaf, and blood group. Actually, the color of the eye that is discontinuous are those blue color eye, brown color, those are discontinuous traits too. But the fact that there's blood group in this option, blood group is an example of discontinuous variation. The axe contours the behavior in man is an example of discontinuous variation. Behavior in man is discontinuous. Rolling of tongue is discontinuous. Ability to taste PTC is discontinuous. The movement of the ear and the muscles are discontinuous. Okay. Which of these is a vestigial organ? Appendix, anus, oral cavity, intestine. So example of vestigial organs are the appendix, the pyramidalis, now C of the forehead, the fourth molar, so I say fourth molar, the third molar, the wisdom teeth, the cochlear. All these are examples of vestigial organ in man. Okay. So moving on quickly, we'll be fast with this. They said the part of the sperm that contain the digestive enzyme to break down egg membrane is called the part of the sperm where those digestive enzymes is located is the acrosome. The acrosome. If you see this the sperm has a lot of mitochondria. The sperm is a type of cell that have a lot of mitochondria. But at the tip here, at the head here is the acrosome, which contain the tip of the acrosome, which contain um, digestive enzymes. The nucleus is somewhere here, containing digestive enzyme to break down the yolk of the egg. They say the yolk of the egg. They break down the membrane of the egg. So, but taking this question very fast, just for that we need it. Now, biomes. Ecology is one part you should not play. Please don't play ecology, especially those using modern biology. Very helpful in the UTMA system. Now they said the biome that is characterized with tall grasses and scattered trees, the desert, Sahel savanna, Sudan savanna, Guinea savanna. Okay, tall grasses and scattered trees should be Sahel savanna. Now let me quickly talk about the difference between Sahel, Sudan, and Guinea savanna. In Nigeria, to be very precise, the Guinea savanna is found around the Middle Belt region. It's state like Kwara State, state like Niger State, part of Niger, part of Bauchi, okay, part of Ebonyi. Those states have the Sahel savanna. Sahel savanna has it has very short trees with shrubs that are scattered. It has grasses, tall grasses. The more you go north, we move from Guinea Savannah to Sudan to Sahel. So the Guinea Savannah have very few grasses and has low rainfall. But the rainfall is not as low as the next vegetation, which is the Sudan Savannah. The Sudan Savannah, pardon me, has shorter grasses with few trees and shrubs. Shorter grass, a few trees and shrubs. It's found in states like some part of Sokoto, Kano, Katsina, um, Kaduna, Yobe, and so on and so forth. So it has fewer rainfall compared to the Guinea savanna. Now, the Sudan savanna are part found in the desert encroaching part of Nigeria, Sokoto, Borno State, around the Lake Chad. We have the Sahel savanna. They are more susceptible to desert encroachment in Nigeria. The Sahel savanna have few species of organisms, trees with shrubs, and there are most of the leaves of these organisms of this grass there are they are mainly reduced to spine because of the extreme low rainfall. This should be noted. Um, that's for now. They drew the teeth. They drew the mammalian tooth. So they drew a mammalian tooth, and they are asking the student to name the part. They drew a mammalian tooth, and they are asking the student to name the part. Okay, the dream mammalian tooth. They ask incident to name the part. Okay, let me be quick. The dream mammalian tooth. They ask them to name the parts. Okay, the mammalian tooth. Send the student to name the parts. It's quite simple. So I'll use this example here. So the question is like this. Okay, the so there are some things here. Okay, all right. They had um, they had a part like this. Okay, they had another part. Okay, this one was quite. This part was. I'm just quickly shade it for identification. Okay, and okay, one, two. So let me just quickly do another one. Okay, so okay, so this is a mammalian tooth quickly, and the foot around here. You have the gum. So around there, I have the gum. Somewhere. I have the gum. Okay, so this is operation. We must pass this exam. Mobile exam. So I have the gum like this. The gum. Okay, beautiful. So now, if you have the gum, they're asking us, then we had the cement. Yeah, in short, they're asking us for, we had the cement. The cement helps to hold the teeth in the gum. Okay, now the labeled here, this eye, the labeled is the enamel. Okay, this innermost part, the labeled is the dentin. The enamel covers the dentin. Okay, the enamel covers the dentin, and they asked this part. Now this part, so this tooth is divided into the neck. This part is the neck of the tooth. This part is the head of the tooth. This is the head of the tooth. This is the neck of the tooth, and this is the root. So in the root, this is the root. In the root, I'll quickly say this. In the root, the part of the tooth that is head to the gum, this is the gum. This area I just shaded, I dotted is the gum. Then this thing that is implanting this tooth in the root is known as the cement. So they labeled it and they asked them in the diagram. I is known as, and they labeled here IV. So IV will be the gum. They're asking me, I is known as pulp cavity cement, periodontal membrane, and endothelial membrane, and so on and so forth. So III is known as the cement. III is known as the cement. It should be noted. It should be noted. It should be noted. Let me ask a question like that. The association of these soil has the highest water holding capacity. Okay. Clay soil are known for their high water retention ability. The soil richest in humus obviously is loamy soil, and sandy soil have the highest porosity. Okay, highest porosity. So germination of castor oil seed is possible in arid land. It is they said adequate nitrogen, suitable temperature, moderate sunlight, and so the castor oil is a plant that can be actually um, dispersed by wind. Dispersed by wind. But the reason why it can grow in arid land is because of its little wind that blow in the arid land. So the wind can be able to disperse the castor oil plant. Okay. Monkey lives on top of tree with four limbs adapted to take off an in-lip for the in-lip of monkeys are usually for grasping. Then A balancing, B for grasping, the C for jumping, D for so they can take off with their forelimb, with their in-lip for grasping, and there's also balancing, there's jumping, and there's landing. Okay, but for this kind of question, if the forelimb is for taking off, the in limb will also be for landing. Yeah, for landing. Take off. So they take off with the forelimb, they use the in limb to land. So that is it. It's for landing. Please take note. The answer is for landing. Okay, monkey, let me come with the question again. Monkey live on top of trees with forelimbs adapted for taking off and hind limb adapted for landing. So another question, sexual reproduction in Spirogyra is via conjugation, while sexual reproduction in Spirogyra is via fragmentation. They asked a question I think yesterday, some days back, that when fragment, when the frag, when an organism breaks into fragments or into fragments, or when an organism grow and become large and breaks off into fragments, that type of reproduction is called fragmentation, seen in Spirogyra. Okay, okay, okay. They said the relationship between, I've always said this, relationship between herbivore animals and cellulose digesting bacteria is, they said symbiosis, parasitism, holozoic, and so that's an example of symbiotic relationship. What type of symbiotic relationship is that? Mutualism. Digesting cellulose digesting bacteria and herbivores or ruminants is mutualism, symbiosis. I think they also asked the question again. One major function of xylem tissues, very simple. A. Produce water and sugar. C. Produce phytochemicals. C. To store water and minerals. D. To conduct water and minerals. Xylem conduct water and minerals. Phloem conduct food. Okay. They said the natural force that causes evolutionary change in living organisms. Please take note. Natural force that causes evolutionary change is gene pool. Please take note. I said gene pool, pardon me. Gene flow is gene flow. Okay, gene flow is not is actually the the ability for organisms to actually mate non-randomly, and some genes are being spread out. So the genes are going to spread out. So due to non-random mating, the genes are spread out, and the ones that are best adapted are going to move from the generation to the next. So that's what we call gene flow. So gene flow expresses natural selection under non-random mating, and it is the natural force of evolutionary changes. So evolution through natural selection can occur due to non-random mating, which is known as gene flow. Please take note of this. Okay. Agent of pollination can be a pressure, humidity, temperature, wind. Agent of pollination, wind, insects, wind, insects. We have water. Agents of pollination. Simple question. Relationship between bacterium and bacterium living in the gut of ruminant animal. I just said that ruminant animals are herbivores. Bacterium living in their gut helps to digest cellulose, so that's mutualism. You can also have a relationship between insect and pollen, or insect and flowering plant. Bee and flowering plant is also mutualism. Okay. Which process a process where ammonia is converted to nitrate by nitrosomonas is called nitration. Ammonia converted to nitrate is called nitration. While nitrite converted to nitrate is also nitrification, but the bacteria is nitrobacter. Okay, while the process whereby bacteria um, help to fix bacteria help to fix nitrogen into a soil is known as nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation can be carried out also by thunderstorm and so on and so forth. That's the nitrogen cycle. Example of nitrogen fixing bacteria: Clostridium azotobacter and Rhizobium. Even Anabena. Rhizobium is symbiotic. It lives with the root of leguminous plants. Okay. Through which process does carbon return to the atmosphere? Please take note. Carbon return to the atmosphere by many ways, usually by three ways. It combustion, decomposition or decay, and respiration. Just take note of that. And the options here were thunderstorm, decomposition, photosynthesis, and respiration. So the answer is decomposition. So carbon will return to the atmosphere by decomposition, while carbon is taken away from the atmosphere only by photosynthesis. Only by photosynthesis. Um, that's that for that. We've done that. So I would love to pentadactyl limb. Pentadactyl limb is an example of comparative anatomy. Pentadactyl structure is an example of comparative anatomy. Five limb pattern of vertebrate comparative anatomy. It is an homologous structure. Structure found on organisms with different functions. Similar structures found on organisms with common ancestor with different functions are homologous structure, where functions of or structures found in different organisms, similar functions are analogous structure. Example: wings of bird and wings of bat. Okay. This one came out last year, and again, Jamb is asking it. The evidence of evolution that believe DNA in close related species should be more similar than those of distant species obtained from. Please, once you hear DNA, they said evidence of evolution. The answer is molecular record. Once you hear fossils, animal remains, or evolutionary evidence drawn from the environment, the answer is fossil record. And the study of fossil is paleontology. The study of fossils is paleontology. So those are the biology questions we've conquered today. I cannot live without saying, they say alternate forms of genes are known as simple as that. That's alleles. Alleles. Genes are located on the loci or the locus of the chromosome. Okay. I see this my student failed this question. I was so mad at this person. He said the question, the unit that carry genetic information from parent to offspring is unit that carry genetic information from parent to offspring is not they say A, genotype, B, genes. The answer is not genotype. The answer is genes. Genes are the unit of heredity that carry information from parent to organism. Genotype is the totality of the genes in an organism, or the genetic makeup of an organism is called the genotype. So, and the physical appearance of the organism is called the phenotype. Phenotype is a sum of the genotype and the environment. I would say phenotype is a sum of the inherited character and the acquired character. Inherited character are the genotypes. So with this few points of biology, please, I will tell you, read up yourself.